So Nicholas King for U.W.I is coming off. And Leonardo is coming onto the field at the moment. So Leonardo replaces King. Normally not a change you see in football in general. When there is a clear injury, that's when it is. Solomon takes the free kick, intercepted, but they do collect it once more. Ball sent forward now, and the second assistant says it's in fact an offside call. And Thorne Simpson almost went behind. Ball sent across, collected and chested nicely by Keith Wright, sent forward. Keith Wright receives it once more, looking for a pass, chips it forward, and could not find Stewart. Twisting and turning is Nelson. He gives it to his teammate. Put it on by Wilson. Was a foul, and it will be a free kick for Molynes United. Leonardo collects it, sends it forward. Frankson heads it on. Keith Wright, forward for Nelson. Nelson turns, tried to use the outside of his right foot, but couldn't. Zalana Barnes tries to get past Nelson. It will be a throw for U.W.I, taken quickly. Well, that was a rash challenge there by Tyreek Wilson. Will be a free kick. Will be taken by Humphrey. Tries to curl that one in. He does with his right foot. And it's headed out there by the man Thomas. Ryan Brown does collect. Doesn't collect properly. Bounced weirdly on his right foot. Throw for U.W.I. Collected by Simpson. Dealt with. But they do have possession once more. That ball headed out by Steve Wright. I just want to apologize there for the delay. The weather. It's been a rainy Sunday. Brilliantly collected, but Ryan Brown is offside. We're up and we're ready to go. So we do apologize. But we do have the quality for you. Remember, we are the official streamers for the Red Stripe Premier League. And we have better qualities this season in terms of video. Humphreys sent forward for Hilton and dealt with by the other number 14, the opposing number 14, the captain Frankson. Will be a corner, it seems, for U.W.I. Now an opportunity to double their advantage. U.W.I, as it stands, you will be number 14 points with +5 goal difference. Supposed to Molynes will be on 3 with +2 and headed in. Oh, that was close. And the man Evans had to watch that through. And it will be a goal kick. Haven was in there, and I think he was the one that applied the final header that went just wide of the target. Turning nicely there is Nicholas Nelson. 2 Nelsons on the field today for Molynes United. Sent it side to Jeremy Nelson. Sergino Frankson saw that all the way. Now it's Jeremy Nelson on the ball. He's being attacked by Reed. Sends it across. And Stewart just couldn't hold on to it. Thorne Simpson loses it. For Kibi Farquharson, loses possession. Now it's Simpson on the ball for U.W.I. Sends it across to find Humphrey. Humphrey stops on a dime. Quick pass. Bill Navis loses possession. And intercepted by Solomon. Solomon, who actually played for Portmore United last season. Remember, serves me correctly. Nicholas Nelson sends it across to Keith Wright. Wright sends it forward for Jeremy Nelson. Wilson sends it across. Finds Thomas. Thomas sends it forward to find Ryan Brown. He was fouled by Michael Haven. It will be a free kick for Molynes United. If you're just joining us, it's UAFC versus Molynes United. And U.W.I is leading by a 1-0. And as it stands, U.W.I would still remain perfect after just 2 games. Yes, after just 2 games. Jeremy Nelson will take this free kick. It's right into the wall. Kibi Farquharson wanted to let that one run. But Thorne Simpson still has it, sends it across. Zelana Barnes will collect. There was some sort of deflection, and Sergino Frank's a beautiful interception. Steve Wright on the ball, twisting and turning. Sends it back to Damian Thomas. Thomas sends it forward. Steve Wright. Beautiful ball, and try to find for Kibi Farquharson. Bell Navis. Zelana Barnes just allowed that to fall to Nelson. Now it's Jeremy Nelson. Chips that ball forward to try and find Ryan Brown. He does. Collects it. Defensive work by U.W.I. Constant defensive work. Oh, beautiful trickery there. Keith Wright has the ball. Thorne Simpson wanted to flick it over both heads. Nicholas Nelson tried to collect, but Humphreys is there. Defensive work there by Plummer. And there was a foul indeed on Bell Navis by Stewart, so it will be a free kick. Sent forward, and Thorne Simpson was caught offside. Taken quickly by Evans. Keith Wright sends it across to the captain, Sergino Frankson. Frankson to Jeremy Nelson. Nelson over to Thomas. Thomas collects. And that was a foul on for Kibi Farquharson, so it will be a free kick for Molynes United, taken quickly. Turning by Thorne Simpson is Jeremy Nelson, who sends it across to Keith Wright. Keith Wright to take the throw, he does. Frankson, different hairstyle than he wore last season in the Kasafa Super League. Stewart turns and a fire. No, that was straight over the bar. And that was the first real shot since the commentary came into play here. So that was a very good shot by the man Stewart. So collected is Steve Wright. Steve Wright looking for a pass, trying to find Ryan Brown. Haven is there to chase, and it's still Ryan Brown, sends it inside. Oh, collected by Leonardo. That was somewhat dangerous. Solomon sent it forward, and couldn't find Hilton. Instead, Evans collects and rolls it to Sergina Frankson. Frankson forward to Keith Wright. Steve Wright on the ball right now. Stewart back to Steve Wright. Intercepted by Plummer. But Molynes has possession. First assistant says it's a throw for Molynes. Sent across, tried to find Nicholas Nelson. A missed kick there by Humphrey. Nicholas Nelson collects. Beautiful turn by Nelson. Oh, that was poor. And should have sent that one inside. And that was pretty selfish there by Nicholas Nelson. It will be a goal kick. Not the best decision. Even with the kick. Collected by Jeremy Nelson. Puts that ball into the air. Headed on by Damian Thomas. And there goes Stewart. Battles with Bill Navis. But Thornton collects and sends it forward and tries to receive it once more. And just a touch there by Stewart. And Thomas receives it. Now it's Nelson. Headed nicely by Humphrey. Plummer will collect. He does. Further forward by Reed. But Fakibe Ferguson was fouled by Plummer, but the referee says advantage play. Thomas was poked, and it will be a throw for Molynes United. Ryan Brown is being hounded by Michael Haven, and it results in a goal kick. Headed out there by Steve Wright. Fakibe Ferguson sends it across. And now they can be let loose. And too much goes behind him. And no communication there between Nicholas Nelson and Ryan Brown. And Humphrey is just being told by the referee that shouldn't take it there. Now it's Keith Wright from Molynes. They do collect it. Nicholas Nelson. Beautiful interception there by Solomon. Plummer intercepted by Nelson. Now it's with Jeremy Nelson. Ball chipped forward, too much on it for Ryan Brown, but he tried to chase, and Michael Haven dealt with it defensively. So will be a throw for Molynes United. A very powerful figure is Ryan Brown. Doesn't give up on a ball very easily, and that could spell problems as Frank Hugh Stewart is down on the field and the Molynes United medical team is being summoned. Being attended to, and he's being told to temporarily walk off the field at the moment. And the decision sent over and almost headed in by Fakibe Farquharson, but defensive work by U.W.I means they have possession. Ball sent forward by Belnavis to try and find Thorin Simpson, but it was way wide. And Steve Wright has it, sends it across to Sergina Frankson, and they can breathe a sigh of relief as Keith Wright collects with nobody near him, has time and space. And now it is Jeremy Nelson back to Frankson. The captain just analyzing the field and finding Steve Wright, his defensive partner. Finds the fullback Thomas. Thomas back to Steve Wright. Long ball across. Finds Frankie Stewart. That was a very, very poor pass. And now Zelana Barnes can go. Beautiful right back heel pass. Intercepted by Frankson. It will be a throw for U.W.I. Throw taken quickly. Belnavis on the ball. He's being challenged. Now it is, in fact, Humphrey, Andrew Humphrey, being challenged now by two Molynes players. And beautiful shield of the ball there by Steve Wright. Collected by Frankie Stewart. Stewart challenged by two U.W.I players. Goes back to Keith Wright, who then sends it back for Frankson. Steve Wright almost slipped on the ball there, but he still has it. And it gives it to Jeremy Nelson. Keith Wright calling for it and does get it and just leaves it for Jeremy Nelson. And I tell you, Molynes United have not been playing badly. Yes, it's only been 2 matches, but they've pressed the teams. They're not afraid. He tries to take the shot for Fakibe Farquharson. Belnavis tries to keep it in, but doesn't. It will be a throw for Molynes United. Take it quickly. Now it's with Nicholas Nelson. Defensive work there by Belnavis. Thorin Simpson tried to latch on. Nicely brought down by Keith Wright. Steve Wright. Intercepted there by Plummer. Fakibe Farquharson looking for a pass. Tries to find Ryan Brown, and everywhere Ryan Brown goes, Michael Haven is there. So you can say that's his marking target, but all credit, Michael Haven, a very good defender. And Ryan Brown scored 2 goals last week. Ryan Brown, here's he on the ball now, and Williams could not keep that one in. And will be a corner chance for an equalizer. Sent it side. Oh, that was close. All he had to do was hit that one in. What an opportunity for Steve Wright. Kemar Steve Wright. And it was sent across. That was very close and a very glorious opportunity for Molynes United to get the equalizer. Came across to him, missed everybody, and it fell to him. And I'm sure the keeper was dead. He was to Steve Wright's far right. And that was some good work done there by Plummer. And Steve Wright is still down. Tyreek Wilson. Nicholas Nelson. Steve Wright. Wright. Interception there by Humphrey. Headed on by Steve Wright. Collected nicely. Bill Davis tried to tackle Steve Wright, but Kamar Steve Wright just too strong on the ball. Molynes United almost loses possession. It's Jeremy Nelson looking for a pass. Finds Nicholas Nelson. Now it's Steve Wright. Too much of the ball. Nicely done by Bill Davis. Now it's Zelana Barnes. Skipped. And good interception by the man Frank Hugh Stewart. And so Molynes has possession once more. Keith Wright. Tyreek Wilson back to Keith Wright once more. Boston Ford headed on by Solomon. Collected by Plummer, but challenged in the air by Frank Hugh Stewart. That was a step in there by Solomon. And he will be getting a yellow card. And I'm not sure if it's frustration or whatever, but Solomon will have to be careful now. Medical staff again tending to another Molynes United player. He's getting a mini water break. And Frank Hugh Stewart again is being tended to. I'm not sure if he's putting himself in those kind of situations, or a lot of the UA players see him as being a dangerous person. Well, he has been very active on both sides of the wing for Molynes United, both right and left. Sent it forward, intercepted by Bill Davis. Thorin Simpson collects for UA. So Gina Frankson sees that one all the way, collects nicely, sends it to Steve Wright. Steve Wright hit on nicely by Nicholas Nelson. Now for Kibi Farquharson, challenged by Plummer. For Kibi Farquharson to Jeremy Nelson. Nice turn, tries a shot, wide of the target. They're trying to press UAFC. Knocking on the door, but unable to break it down. Headed on by Keith Wright. Williams didn't find a UA player, so it falls nicely to the captain for Molynes United, Steve Wright. On the ball, sends it across to Thomas. Challenged by Hilton. And an attempt there by Nicholas Nelson to try and chase. Sent forward, headed again by Keith Wright, headed further by Jeremy Nelson. Tyreek Wilson sends it across to find for Kibi Farquharson. Farquharson goes forward to Nicholas Nelson. Sends it across too much in the roof of the net. And behind. Challenge by Bill Davis. This time Bill Davis wins. Normally Keith Wright wins this battle. And Keith Wright sends it to Jeremy Nelson. Jeremy Nelson forward, trying to find Ryan Brown. And a sliding challenge there by Williams. Through for Kibi Farquharson, challenged by 2 U.W.I players. Referee says it's a throw. For Kibi Farquharson, not happy with the decision by the referee. Wilson couldn't get that one to right. Headed out by Keith Wright. And that was a foul by Keith Wright on Bill Navis. So it will be a free kick. Free kick for UA, sent inside. Carried out by Jeremy Nelson. That one sent back inside. And it would reach nobody. So it will be a goal kick for Molynes United. So there's been some opportunities for both. Molynes United so far since the commentary started has been the closest. Frank Hugh Stewart sends it to Nicholas Nelson. Nelson across, no communication. And a defensive clearance there by Solomon. Throw taken quickly. Now it's Nicholas Nelson on the ball. Sends it forward to try and find Frank Hugh Stewart. A beautiful sliding challenge. And that is the signal for half-time. U.W.I is ahead at the moment, so as it looks, U.W.I will be perfect, winning 2 out of 2. So at the end of the first half, 45 minutes have elapsed, and U.W.I, they're leading by a goal to nil against Molynes United.
Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, the issue that I have is the fact that it's lagging so much. It's not allowing me to do a lot. Because I could have placed it in there already. The CPU just came down and
So we're back here at the Jerusalem Stadium at Waterhouse for U.W.I versus Molynes. And Hilton was the man that actually got on the score sheet for U.W.I. As we see the sun coming out now after a rainy afternoon, or most of the day. Oh, that was a slip there by Stewart. Now Thorne Simpson can turn. He was fouled by Frankson. Frankson, a very careful defender, never normally somebody that makes mistakes. And we were basically tracking Molynes United journey through the CASAFA Super League. We were doing that. And Sergino Frankson, one of the better defenders in the CASAFA Super League. Very tall but robust and smart defender. And hence why most times he's wearing the captain's arm, but he's a very, very skillful player. So the man that will be swinging this is the man, Humphrey. There's been no change from what I've seen. Ball swung inside. This is not a bad ball, and that's the second goal. And guess who? Guess who? It's Hilton once again. And it is 2-0. And I think the keeper, Evans, has injured himself. So Hilton has doubled his account and double U.W.I's lead. So it is UAFC 2, Molynes United 0 here at the Jerusalem Stadium. So 2 for the man Jabari Hilton and 2 for U.W.I. He wheeled away in celebration. And that was it. So Jabari Hilton doubles his account. Not the first time either of his teams that are facing each other right now have scored a double. Ryan Brown did score a double last week when they won 3-0 against Portmore United. And this is early in the second half. This is about the 47th minute, so U.W.I not wasting any time at all. Early in the first, early in the second. And will this be another 4-0 scoreline for U.W.I? As they still somewhat doing some celebrations, and Bobianda Evans is being tended to by the Molynes United medical team. And
We changing positions, but I like the mission where you can dive right in and holding my legs up. More than a minute, as long as you win it. 'Cause my love and your love is higher. I'm not coming down, won't deny it. I'm not coming down, won't deny it. You know that I adore you, eh? 'Cause I can see you walk away. Catching all the views like an elevator. Stay on my mind, stay all the way up. Can I stay with you? The elevator. Let's stay up, on my way up. Catching all the views like an elevator. Stay on my mind, stay all the way up. Can I stay with you? The elevator. Let's stay up. Your love, I don't want no other one. Don't tell me keep on it, baby. Make love with the lights turned off. From sun up till sundown. I know your ex knows she keep quiet about it. Start from the bottom, going straight to the top. Baby, don't stop, go harder. I'll be you'll be caught up. On my way up, catching all the views like an elevator. Stay on my mind, stay all the way up. Can I stay with you? The elevator. Let's stay up, let's stay on my way up. Catching all the views like an elevator. Give it to me, stay on my mind, stay all the way up. Can I stay with you? The elevator. We can just turn on the TV. Slow it down, the neighbors can hear me. Oh, grinding to the beat, you curling up your feet, feeling kinda tips, off the Hennessy. Oh, on my way up, catching all the views like an elevator. All the arrows on it, stay all the way up. And I wanna stay with you, so can I stay with you, baby? It's just me and you, baby. On my way up, catching all the views like an elevator. Stay on my mind, stay all the way up. Can I stay with you, the elevator? Let's stay up. Do what you want, do what you want with me. Do what you want, baby. Do what you want with me. Do what you want, do what you want with me. Do what you want, honey. Do what you want with me. If it ain't hot enough, I'm gonna tell you. If it ain't hot enough, I'm gonna tell you. If it ain't tough enough, I'm gonna tell you. If it ain't rough enough, I'm gonna tell you. If it ain't rude enough, I'm gonna tell you. If it ain't good enough, I'm gonna tell you. If it is not enough, I'm gonna tell you.
Anybody from Jamaica, anybody from St. Lucia, anybody from Guyana, anybody from Antigua, give me.
Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. God said to me, giving up shouldn't be. Sometimes the going seems rough, but still don't give up. Keep your head up high. I see how hard the wicked them a try. Remember, God is standing by.
He's standing by.
I'll save you from the stormy night. Oh God, God set me free.
God set me free.
Because I take my troubles to thee.
Take my troubles to thee.
No more will I worry.
No more will I worry.
God set me free. God, you spoke to me. When I take my troubles to thee,
Take my troubles to thee.
no more will I worry.
No more will I worry.
God set me free. Oh Lord, my God, ruler of the universe. Without you around me, what life really worth? Now you're sending out your orders. I'm prepared to do thy works. Enemies get confused from the words from my mouth. Oh God, keep on, watch over me, watch over me, keep on, guide and protect me.
It will be a goal kick for U.W.I, so you will have to be careful. They don't want to. And Molynes United are inching closer and closer. They've gotten a goal for their troubles. Will they get another and remain unbeaten? Tariq Wilson for Kimi Farkas and a shot! Oh, that's it! That is it! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful! Chested down nicely, turned with his left foot, and look at the dancing. And for Kimi Farkason, was a trouble in the Cassava Super League, is a trouble here today. 2-0 down, they're now drawn level at Jerusalem. What amount of scene this is this the Tajay Dixon magic or something? Because ever since he came on, there's been some life into Molynes United. First,
Na 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 na. David Slay, Black Figo.
If it's all out of face, would it look good in the
top to nothing. It will be a goal kick for U.W.I, so you will have to be careful. They don't want to.
just don't know. I need without even knowing. Shed dreams and
And Molynes United are inching closer and closer. They've gotten a goal for their troubles.
about everything you say. What's up?
Top to nothing. and it will be a goal kick for U.W.I. So you will have to be careful. They don't want to.
Oh, you made it. For so long, for success, you've been waiting. Oh, you made it. Only good days ahead feels elating. Oh, you made it. See your hard work come to life. Feels like you've got the whole world in your hands now. Don't lose your soul. Don't lose yourself in it. The man in the mirror. Remember what you stand for. Don't lose your soul. Don't lose yourself in it. The man in the mirror. Remember who you are. Look in the mirror till you remember who you are. Soul in the mirror till you remember who you are.
Nze byendaba seba mbulidde abantu abanjagala nkugambye nze neewala nnyo abantu ab'effitina tebatadda rekoda look in the mirror and try to remember.
Try to remember yourself. Don't sell your soul for the wealth. Life journey, silent stealth. Spiritual health are your strength. Oh no, I could never. No, forget my honor. Oh mama say yes. So Luna would I be Look in the mirror.
David Thomas sent across. Oh, intercepted nicely. Molynes United knocked on the door. Beautiful backheel pass there by Tajay Dixon, known to dazzle the crowd, and he does. He's the fan favorite, Tajay Dixon. Will he deliver today once more, providing an assist to Devon Hodges in the first game 6 days ago? Will he provide one today, 6 days after? Challenge. Now it's Nicholas Nelson. Blocked. Headed out by Haven. Challenge. Trevon Reed challenged Nelson. Sent in by Nicholas Nelson. Headed out by Plummer. Fakibi Parkinson will collect. He's challenged by Belnavis. Fault to find Thomas. Thomas challenged by two U.W.I players. Beautiful skill to get ahead. And Solomon kicks that away, and it will be a throw. They do say pressure bust pipe. And he does. Molynes United have pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed. 2 goals so far. Tajay Dixon. And you see his stature. He's not an easy person to get off the ball, Tajay Dixon. Sent across. Headed out. Collected by Wilson. Wilson tries a shot from distance. Hits the quality billboard. And it will be a goal kick for U.W.I. Exciting scenes here. U.W.I went ahead through Jabari Hilton and then doubled their advantage to the number 40 once again. But then Molynes United roared back. Strike from Nicholas Nelson. And then a beautiful chested volley by Fakibi Farkison meant that Molynes are back in this, and it's anybody's game at this point in time. That's not the best cross there by the number 5. Sent inside, too much on it. And he wanted the swing, Ryan Brown. And it is in fact a throw for Molynes United. So they still have an opportunity. I'm saying, and if not many persons have seen that, you can go on to CGS Sports and see that. That was a spectacular strike. That was actually the first ever goal that St. Catherine High ever conceded. And trust me when I tell you, it is in fact a goal to remember from last season. They did in fact win that game, I think by 2-1. And he's actually was the captain of Excelsior High School too. Last year scored a beauty right-footed curling strike. And I tell you, I doubt it either any RSPL keeper would have saved that strike from Rowan Beadle. That was a very good shot. So, will he survive against the big boys? Rowan Beadle. Set across. This is not a bad ball. And it will be a corner for U.W.I. Sent inside. Not a bad ball, actually. Fakibe Farquharson just left that for the U.W.I player. He has to be careful. Once Rowan Beadle gets his head up and sees an opportunity, he will strike it. That's the type of player Rowan Beadle is. Very dangerous was dangerous for the Eagles. And he's actually playing against a former Excelsior player, or playing with a former Excelsior player. So 2 former Excelsior players playing alongside each other. That's Zelana Barnes and Rowan Beadle. Bill Navis on the ball now, swung inside. Will meet the head, or should have met the head of Keith Wright, but does meet the left boot. Sent across to Tajay Dixon. Dixon. Still Tajay Dixon. Not very pleased with the movement of the player. And loses the ball once again, Damani Solomon. And I'm telling you, he's not had the best game to date. So it is the man Solomon who has not been having the best game. He has to be careful, as I said before. He's on a yellow card. And he has to take time with his tackles, because you don't want another yellow and be reduced to 10 men. It's not what you want after riding high with a 4-0 scoreline. And this is somewhat conducive to a Manchester United season so far. Set inside to Jay Dixon! And that's the first for the number 9, Tajay Dixon. It looks to have met the head of the number 9. And that is the 3rd goal for Molynes, the 5th goal of the contest. And for the first time in this game, Molynes United are leading. It seems to have been a direct kick from the man, Jeremy Nelson, but it does not matter. There have been arguments since the goal has scored upon who guided the ball into the back of the net, but it does not matter. Doesn't matter. Molynes United are leading in this contest. And as I said, if there is any indication from the first match against Portmore United what type of team Molynes United is, well, look at this scoreline. They were 2-0 down after just 47 minutes. They're now 3-2 up. What a turnaround. You have to give it up to them. They are surviving against the big boys. They are surviving so far, at least for only 2 matches. Yes, it's only 2, but normally from the offing, a lot of promoted teams don't exactly impact a team. Sent inside, punched out by Leon Taylor. Should have collected that one, but it goes behind for a corner to U.W.I. U.W.I will have to be careful about that man, Ryan Brown, the number 15. He's the only Molynes United player that is outside the 18-yard box. And it's all hands on deck for the team that's leading in black and neon green. And the referee blows the whistle. And the 2 players have been called. Seems to be Bill Nevis and Fakibi Farquharson. It is Bill Nevis and Fakibi Farquharson. So just a little word there by the referee. And the corner will be taken once more. And Linju Sims, if there was in fact a coach of the month or manager of the month, it would be him if they do pull out a win. And miss kick by the man Nicholas Nelson, but guess what? Seems to be a left hamstring injury. Ryan Brown is holding his Dixon. And there is in fact a change. Ryan Brown is coming off. And the man Mitch Wright is coming on for Molynes United. So Ryan Brown hopefully can recover. He was taken off last match due to an injury, and he's being taken off. It seems to be another injury once more, or probably the same recurring injury. And now he comes off, and it's the man Mitch Wright coming on for Molynes United. Hopefully he can fully recover. And somewhat took their feet off the gas pedal, U.W.I. And that's why they're losing so far. It would mean that Molynes United would be perfect with the +4 goal difference. And the U.W.I would mean that they would be on 3. Oh, beautiful turn there by Williams. Chipped that ball across, tried to find Zalana Barnes, but didn't. And a defensive clearance there by the man, Jeremy Nelson. And it goes into touch, and it will be a throw for U.W.I. So there's another change. Bill Nevis comes off. And Trevante Stewart comes on. Clearance there by Steve Wright. Another clearance. Headed clearance this time by Plummer. There's a jostle for possession. And Trevante Stewart collects for them, and it's gone forward now to Thorin Simpson. Beautiful defensive tackle there by Steve Wright. And the referee is just informed by Thomas that he was in fact elbowed by Stewart. Will be a throw. Plummer to take this one. It's Trevante, missed kick. Defensive clearance by Sergina Frankson, headed on by Solomon. Headed by Tajay Dixon. Nicholas Nelson. Back to find Keith Wright. Over, finds Tyreek Wilson. Forward to try and find Fakibi Farquharson, but not the path that he wanted. Tajay takes a beautiful interception. And it goes across back to Fakibi Farquharson once more. Tyreek Wilson. Beautiful one-time pass there, but intercepted by Plummer. And it goes into touch for a throw. Zelana Barnes. Sends it back to Solomon, who launches it to try and find Thorne Simpson. There was a tumble between him and Kimar Seavright. Nelson. Wouldn't want to lose it there to Trevante Stewart. But they still have possession anyway. Fakibi Farquharson. Still Farquharson. Across to try and find Nelson. They collect it once more. Rowan Beadle with the tackle. Beautiful skill there to skip past Tyreek Wilson. And it will be a goal kick for Molynes United. Would you believe these scenes here at Jerusalem Stadium? U.W.I leading by 2-0. And Molynes United with the comeback, 3 goals here in the second half for Molynes United. 4 in total between both teams in the second half. And that is why Molynes United, they're leading by 3-2. Michael Haven just hit it back to Leonardo. Leonardo with the throw. U.W.I can go forward this time. Intercepted by Keith Wright. Nobody there for Tajay Dixon's pass. Ball to Rowan Beadle. Beadle on the ball now. Former Excelsior man to Trevante Simpson. Or Stewart. Should have headed back to Thorne Simpson, I believe. But decided to head it towards goal. And the keeper looks visibly upset, Leon Taylor. Jostle for possession in the air, headed by Plummer, but it's straight into the opposing number 31, and now they can add a fourth. Set across, oh! Wanted that shot at goal, but instead, too high. And it hits the quality roofing billboard. So many billboards around here. Too many to count right now. This has been an exciting encounter between Molynes United and U.W.I. Top of the table clash after just 2 matches. Top of the table clash after the second match, or as the second match progresses. And Molynes United is winning that clash right now. The referee just telling him where the foul was committed. Referee telling the player Mitch Wright to step away from the ball. Can't be a certain feet away from the ball. Zelana Barnes with the free kick. He's trying to dip this one over, but that was the motion. Instead, he passes it to Solomon. Solomon back to Zelana Barnes. Barnes chipped this one forward, trying to find Thorne Simpson, but couldn't. Defensive clearance by Keith Wright, but he falls to Solomon. Solomon, one time, left-footed pass over to Javante Stewart, and he will try the shot. Blocked there by Nelson. For Kibi Farkinson, sets it forward for Tajay Dixon. Dixon sends it across to find Mitch Wright, but the referee says it's an offside call. Will be a free kick for U.W.I. U.W.I survives the scare. Ball sent forward, headed by Sergina Frankson, collected by Thomas, turning nicely. Leaves the ball a little bit, fights Tyreek Wilson. Beautiful skill to get past Trevon Williams. Trying to find Tajay Dixon, but met a U.W.I player. Now it's Javani Reed. And there was a clash of the feet there between Thorne Simpson and Frankson. Collected by the U.W.I player. And it's Rowan Beadle. He's trying to turn by Keith Wright, but couldn't. Collecting is Tyreek Wilson. Wilson across to Fakibi Farkison. Beautiful tackle there by Plummer. Nice skill there by Zelana Barnes. Tried to get by Fakibi Farkison. Has to find Trevon Williams, who has so much time and space. There's nobody coming to him, but Mitch Wright tried to close down the space. Nicholas Wright headed that ball to find Tajay Dixon. Dixon on the ball now. Sends it across to Nicholas Nelson. Nelson, he's being challenged. Across to Jeremy Nelson. Tries a shot, and that's way too high. And that goes over, and it will be a goal kick for U.W.I. Steve Wright collects. There was a challenge by Rowan Beadle. Free kick for Molynes. Chested down by Fakibi Farkison. He's been challenged by Plummer. Forward now for them was, in fact, Zelana Barnes. And it will be a throw for U.W.I. Tajay Dixon, the last to touch that one. He headed that one into touch. Zelana Barnes. Across to find his teammate. And that one goes behind the walls of the stadium. Will be a throw. Long throw inside. Opportunity. And it was a foul. Will be a free kick for Molynes United. Two players down on the field at the moment. So Frankson, that free kick, however. Oh, it's a red card for Fakibi Farquharson. Fakibi Farquharson has been sent off. And so they're reduced to 10 men. And so Molynes United will have to finish the game with one less men. And one of them was the goal scorer. And Fakibi Farquharson taking his own time to come off the field. So they would have to play with 10 men sent inside. Now they can counter. Ball sent across. Finds only the goalkeeper, who rolls it quickly. Beautiful backheel pass there by Giovanni Reed, but couldn't connect to a UA player. So we're taking quickly. Ball swung inside. Travante keeps that possession for UA. Now it's Rowan Beadle. Beadle swings that one inside. Not a bad ball. Collected by Leon Taylor. Sent over to Keith Wright. Nicholas Nelson challenged by Reed. Now it's Keith Wright. Back to find Kemar Steve Wright. Defensive clearance by Steve Wright. Somewhat clearance, acrobatic clearance. And Chajay Dixon couldn't control that one. UA with possession. Sent it side to try and find Michael Haven. Michael Haven did foul Frankson, so it will be a free kick for Molynes United. They would want to hold on to this one. And UA actually took Mount Pleasant to the limit in the quarterfinals of the Red Strap Premier League playoffs. Mitch Wright collects. He's being challenged by Plummer. And that one goes into touch, and it will be a throw for UA. Solomon just keeping that one in play. Now it's with Williams. Still Williams. Beautiful interception there by Nicholas Nelson. Now they can go forward. It's reduced now, but they still can. And it's still Nicholas Nelson. Not a bad ball, in fact. Oh, that was close. That was very, very close. I thought that one actually gone in. Probably would have been an own goal. And it was, in fact, a very close call. And it will be a free kick for Molynes United. Still, they pressure. Still, they press. And a very good run there by Nicholas Nelson. Chipped ball to Steve Wright, and he does collect. And it's Steve Wright, who is a defender, might I add. And a shot that was blocked. It was in fact an offside. Here the Molynes United player, Rowan Beadle, collects. And it's a free kick for UA. Want to take this one as quick as possible. Time is winding down. So we are in the second minute of stoppage time. And this will be a very huge win for Molynes United. Once this match ends, Molynes United will be atop the table. These are scenes you've probably didn't expect to see or didn't expect to hear. Collecting is Leon Taylor, and the coaching staff for Molynes United very much the happier of the two. The management team collected by Michael Haven but intercepted. Elbow to the face, but the referee says no. Solana Barnes now. Could they have a last-minute equalizer? And a miss-swing there by Nicholas Nelson. Goes into touch, and it will be a throw for Molynes United. Referee says it's Molynes United. I'm not sure why the UWI player picked up the ball. Was cleared by the first assistant. Solomon has the ball. Sends it to Leonardo. Substitute goalkeeper. Sends it to Plummer. And now Michael Haven has gone into a central defensive midfield role. And that is it. 3 goals in the second half for Molynes United. Saw them come back from a 2-0 deficit. And now they are atop the table with a perfect start to the Premier League season. So at the end of this one, 90 minutes have gone, and it is Molynes United 3, UWI 2.
Leave yours.